Hello. So it was in rush if I'm speaking in front to you, but I will try to present my project and my association. So I'm from Marseille, France, from Pistes Solidaires Méditerranée. It's an organization working on the field of non-formal education. It's aimed at promoting citizenship, equality, tolerance, altruism in our intercultural society and interdependence. The organization is involved in training youngsters as a change maker and so it's enabling meeting and exchange between youngsters from different cultures and various horizons because Marseille is a cosmopolitan city. So Pistes Solidaires Méditerranée developed a number of international projects supported by the Erasmus Plus program, sending, hosting, and coordinating EVS volunteers, international training for youth workers, organization intercultural youth exchange, and strategic partnership aimed at facilitating the integration of young migrants through mentoring. This is a mentor power project, and we are partner with Kane, with the association from. Excuse. So I'm here for present to you the project Sit Action. This is a project to target young people with fewer opportunity. So we wish to raise awareness of the issue of European citizenship through fun workshops tailored to their acceptation. We were in a very participatory approach in collaboration with the pedagogic team. That is to say, we build and animate all the Sit Action workshop. We choose to work with youth centers through all the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur region. To start, we asked the question of which way we were going to approach the subject. Because if we want to speak about European citizenship with youngsters, it could be difficult. The concept is too large. So we make a reflection with the youth worker and with my colleague on the office, which way we want to take for speak about this theme. So we define specific topic-specific, eco-citizenship, intercultural dialogue and mobility, discovery of Europe and its institution, and the history of Europe and its relationship to citizenship. The objective of the project is not to make a perfect citizen, European citizen. It's more make places for the youngster can express their view and participate in activity connected by European citizenship and discover their right as a European citizen. For example, the Erasmus Plus program, etc. As a practical example of action, I wish to share you my testimony, my experience. We have begun the activity in Marseille on January with a youngster. So here, young people between 11 and 13 years old live in a city center. It's a popular and very cosmopolitan neighborhood. And in this urban environment, we have adapt our workshop depending on the compatibility of the young. So that is to say, in talking with youth worker, we choose to come through sport and specifically football, because these people was very interesting by football, and it was nice door for open the subject. The objective was to initiate at first meeting with this group and discover Europe in general. And this session, we even know the youth level and subsequently to prepare our future meeting with them. And after, we collaborate with one of them, one young of them, because he make a remark about antique Greece. So we have the idea to make workshop about this theme, and workshop like a little stand for like a quiz, mini game board, card, etc. Because it was interesting to brush the subject like this. It was more concrete, more ludic, playful. So young people had the opportunity during this workshop to discover or rediscover the birth of democracy and make us a critical review of the game. For us, it's important to we make an experience with a youngster, because we create new game, and after we speak with them they make a critical review, feedback. We also get into the intercultural dialogue with them and the notion of people of diversity in Europe. And in this occasion, my colleague Nils, voluntary in the association from Germany, who co-animed with me a workshop, was able to make a presentation of his country as an interactive PowerPoint. The youngster can ask a question and they play with this PowerPoint. And we found a strong interest on the part of from this group, because in this group one of them has a German mother, so it was interesting for the rest of the group, for his friend, to know better Germany and his friends. So we understand, besides being this playful interactive presentation, allowed young people to better know their friend, they learning more. I will be clear. When the object of learning is familiar, is closed, then the interest is stronger and better learning. It encourages exchange and sharing, so this is the way we want to go. Also, we organize a big meeting between 3 youth centers during 2 days. It will be in April. And 3 youth groups from different places will have the opportunity to exchange all their vision of Europe and citizenship through workshop, debriefing, and collective production. Any youth production will then be valorized on our website, and a seat action stand will be hosted during the Festival of Europe in Marseille. So it will be the 9 May. Yeah. And the game developed during the seat action project will be offered to the public for sharing. And we accept our partner to come with our group in this event. In general, we are in a very participatory approach and adapt the project already initiated by the pedagogic staff for the young. Indeed, the purpose of the ongoing projects is often very close to that of seat action project. The relevance of seat action projects is that it's participatory in its approach and adaptable to any audience regardless of origin. rural or urban, it doesn't matter. This gives it a very flexible form without losing consciency in the process of the action. Because if a citizen is actively involved in the development of the city life, so our methods are built to be a reflection of the values we wish to convey. It means fight against discrimination, encourage dialogue between cultures, have the tools to know our social and political environment, and promote the power to act. Hence the name of the project, Sit Action. And I finish. So finally, I will to thank you for inviting me in this event. For me, it's my first time. So thank you, Callisto.